one of the year, and we are back for another meetup. This is one of the only live streams that I know of that just chats. We don't talk about trying to teach you anything, try to be clever or anything. We just have a little chat together, get together, say hello, see what's going on with you, and, you know, just have a bit of fun for an hour every Monday. I want to say, first of all, this week, a big thank you to all who have joined the newsletter. The newsletter's boosted its totals this week, which has been really good. And I sent out the first newsletter of the year this morning, and I'm hoping that people have had the chance to have a look at it by now and are enjoying the content that's in there. I'm going to try and do a bit more than I normally do in it, because now I've got the hang of it. I've had it going for a while now. I managed to get it out on time every week, so that's pretty good. And so I'm hoping that we can push on with it. This year I'd like to develop it more, put more stuff in it, talk about different things. You know what I mean. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just having a look at this and trying to get this all set up so that I can see you in the chat room, because I know people are there already. Nick, hello, how are you? How are the holidays? They were great. Tammy, hello. Dave, how are you doing? Got a few people in and about already. It's good to see you here. It's exciting today. Today's an exciting day, and I'll tell you about that in a bit. As you know, I haven't put many videos up of lately because I've had problems with my computer when it comes to editing. That will come to an end very soon, because about 20 minutes ago, these turned up. For the uninitiated, these are RAM memory. So I'm going to be putting them into the computer tomorrow, and hopefully I'm going to be able to start editing again without it crashing all the time and just doing me nutting, if the truth be known. So we're going to be getting back on the road with proper editing again soon. I'm hoping that over the next week, I've got a couple of videos in my mind that I want to do, and hopefully they'll be out there very soon. Let's see who's in here. Yeah, the RAM costs a fortune. Let me tell you, these two are just over £150. And yesterday, when I was looking at them, I was looking at the reviews on them as you go down, and someone said they're really good for 40 quid each. That would have been £80. That's half the money, that, and that was six or 7 months ago. The prices have gone up ridiculously in memory for PCs and that. So it is what it is. It's got to be done. Project Weaver, how are you? Good to see you. OJ, Deb, I hope you're all right. And Chris in Scarborough. And I'll tell you what, I saw some photos of Scarborough the other day. The snow has laid there well. We got snow here today, sprinkling, you know, but that much on top of the car. Bleeding cold. Now, OJ and Deb will laugh at me because my bleeding cold was -1. I'm what you call a southern softie. I don't like the cold, says me sitting here in a short sleeve shirt, which can tell you and prove to you that the heaters are on. So yeah, we're going to try to get back to normal with the videos. Hopefully all of that will go well, and I'll be able to do some more editing and doing something a bit more than just sitting in front of the camera talking and not having anything else going on, because that's what I've been confined to of late. If you were watching before the new year, those music videos were an absolute nightmare to do, because every time I wanted to add something, the video would crash, the software would crash and that, and I'd have to reboot everything and start all over again. So I'm just hoping that this may solve the problem. OJ and Deb, they've got some warmer weather there too. It's only -10 there in Canada, and they've had a lot more snow than we have. But in this country, especially for Deb and OJ and that, this country is absolutely useless once the weather turns. We can cope with rain, we can cope with wind, but a quarter of an inch of snow and we fall to pieces. We're terrible in this country. My car doesn't know what's going on. It just suffers tremendously with the snow. And sure enough, Dave, everyone forgets how to drive. And there was a perfect example of that. I took my wife to shop this afternoon, and there was a lorry towing a lorry round a roundabout. And because it was cold, and I think some people wanted to get home quickly, they cut up the side of this lorry and barely got through it without hitting something. Just for the sake of waiting till the car got around the roundabout. It was a dual carriageway the other side. I waited maybe 30 seconds and then just pulled out and overtook it. But the people who missed the lorry by about that much because they cut round the bend was just stupid, to be honest with you. People do. They tend to lose the brains when it comes to that. Steve Vows. Hi, Steve. Debs tells me that you're getting married next month. That's brilliant news. Congratulations to you and Jane. I hope you have a fantastic time at your wedding. And that's good news. Pleased to hear that. We've had days of snow, lots of shoveling. Yeah, it's a different ball game to where you are in Canada, isn't it? So, yeah, we've got some things. Today is a day that is a bit bittersweet for me. It's my sister's wedding anniversary today. They've been married 54 years. And out of the four of us kids, she's the only one that is still on marriage number one. So we're a bad family, us children for my mum and dad's kids. But I did say to my sister, you've done so well. Said, you're the only one of us that have managed to carry on with that first marriage. We all blew it. You're doing so well. And she looked at me and she went, there's still time. Because that's the type of gal she is. But also today is my mum's birthday. She would have been 104 today. So you get married on Valentine's Day on the Grand Pier at Weston-super-Mare. Well, my sister got married in St Andrew's Church of Burnham-on-Sea, as you well know where that is, Steve. And she had her wedding reception in Weston-super-Mare too. So something you've got in common. Yeah, my mum would have been 104 today. And I was thinking about her this morning. I did a video when I very first started this channel talking about my mum. And I just want to share this little story before I go much further. I was about 11 playing for Burnham United under 11, something like that. And we were playing, funnily enough, Steve, in Weston-super-Mare. And my mum and dad used to come to every game and follow me and see how I was getting on. Well, on this particular day, when I was 10 and 11, I wasn't very big. And I was playing against this football team. And I was a left winger. So I was a little nippy left winger. And the boy that was marking me was probably twice the size of me. Great big boy. And during the first half, every time I got the ball and went to go down the sides, he'd come in, knock me flying. Couldn't get past him, couldn't do anything like that. And at half time, my mum come walking out onto the pitch with her handbag and started hitting him and saying, don't you beat my boy, he's only little. And I can remember my dad running out, dragging her off. My mum was a bit like me, you know. I'm a heart on my sleeve kind of guy. And my mum was like that as well. So I've got lots of funny things that I can remember about my mum. It's sad that she's still not about, but she would have been 104 today. Now, what else will we talk about? Tomorrow, I am going back to the doctors. As you know, I've had illness for the last year, and I went to hospital just before Christmas, and they're sending me to Papworth Heart Hospital to have some tests to see if I have got this sleep apnea thing. I don't know. I hope it's that, because at least we have some sort of answer. But I do have to go to the doctors tomorrow afternoon, so I shall be seeing him and seeing where we stand and what the situation is and what news he got back from the hospital that I went to see before. And he's got to give me a diet, they told me. I said I need to lose a bit of weight, as if I didn't know. But it's very hard to lose weight when you're not very fit at the moment, and I'm not very fit at the moment. So we got to deal with that one. I'm going to introduce, right, or try to, in the live stream every week, a little feature called Good, Bad, and the Odd. Just something to see what's going on and see how it's going. Do you know what I mean? And so this week, I've got some good news. Besides that, of course. Do you remember last week in the video we were talking about how I've been given so many videos? You'll have seen the video by now of all the videos I was given. But the good news this week is I was talking about I had a load of children's videos given me, which I was keeping for my grandchildren. Well, I got contacted after that by one of the viewers of the channel, and he got in touch with me and said, would you be interested in some more children's videos, Blu-rays? So I said, yeah, that would be great. And so this lot turned up, and they comprise of Shrek, the Ultimate Collection. There's 6 movies, 10 shorts, and 5 TV episodes on that. There's a Shaun the Sheep movie called Farmageddon. There's the Paddington movie. And then there's Rango. He sent me all these. They came this morning as well. And as well as that, there's a film called A Beautiful Mind, Russell Crowe. I've seen it before a long, long time ago. So I'm looking forward to seeing that again. But isn't it good? This person who sent this, he doesn't want me to say his name. He made a point of it. Don't tell you who sent them before. So I won't tell you who he is. But he sent me this little lump of Blu-rays. They're all Blu-rays. And they came this morning. So I'm really happy with that. Andy Merritt, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Yes, Tammy, as you can tell. So this is my good. This is my good in the good, bad, and the odd. The bad, however, relates to my health. And I want to tell you about what happened this week. My hearing aids that I've got here, they've been going wrong. So they ordered me some new ones to come into the new year. And they came the other day. Now, as you will have heard, and I've said it plenty of times, the shops aren't very far over there from me. Takes generally about 5 minutes to walk over the shops. So I went over to collect them because they were in the shop over there. So I walked over the shop, collected my hearing aids, and instead of doing what I do normally, which is find a cafe, sit down, rest, and recover, because part of what's wrong with me at the moment is that I get tired really quickly. So instead of doing that, the other day I picked the hearing aids up, put them on, and came straight home. And this is where it comes to my fitness again. Walking there and back was enough to make me feel sick, nauseous, and absolutely shattered. I came back, walked into my living room, sat on the settee, immediately went to sleep, And when I woke up, I was discombobulated. That's the word. I kind of lost it all for the rest of the day. And so I've been feeling pretty good, really, of late, and thought to myself, perhaps not knowing what it was weighing down on me before. And now that I've got an idea of what's wrong with me, I felt a bit better. And I thought that might have been that's causing me to feel so tired. But when I got back, it definitely hit me. I know it's the same. Since I went to the shop earlier this afternoon, I got back here at 3:30, something like that. And I went back to bed, set an alarm clock for about 5:20. And so I got up, had a quick wash, and I'm back out here doing this again. So the health has still got to be sorted. And I know that's got to be done. The odd. So you've had a good, you've had a bad, and the odd. Have you ever had a time when you're thinking of someone and within 10 minutes you see them? Well, I had that kind of thing happen the other day. I was talking to my wife about my best friend, and I was saying I haven't really spoken to him much since before Christmas, really. And I said I'll have to go and get hold of him at some stage, see what he's up to. And within 10 minutes, he rang me. How odd is that? So that's my good and bad and the odd. My question for you is, what was your good, bad, and odd this week? I think this would be quite a good little game to play to get you noticing what's going on in your life. If you can think of something good that's happened to you this week, something bad, it doesn't have to be massively bad, but bad, so you've got a good and a bad, and something odd. Put it in the chat room. And if you're watching this on the replay, down below, because one thing I've noticed, I get lots of comments in the chat room on these live streams and on these little meetups. And yet when it comes to it, and I see the replay goes live this evening and it'll be on there all the time. It's really odd. I get plenty of people watching it, but hardly anyone comments on it, which is really unusual because on all my videos, I always get loads of comments from you guys. So if you're watching this on the replay, good, bad, odd, down there in the comment box. Right, let's have a look. Tammy, you've got an appointment tomorrow with your blood work. It's one of those things when you start getting to our age. I know it's a terrible thing to say. I'm going to try this year to do things differently to last year. I'm going to be talking in a video. Don't know what day it was because I'm a bit out of place. Hopefully I'll get this in there tomorrow. And over the next couple of days, I'll be able to record a video. And I'm going to be talking about last year and why I think the reason is this channel didn't grow. And it has nothing to do with this channel. But I think it's something that I've been thinking about over the last few days. And I think it's a worthy topic to talk about. Not of why this hasn't grown, but for what I was talking about and the way I was thinking about things during the course of the last year. I think there's a lesson in there, and that's why I'll be doing it. Another thing that's going to change this year. Oh, lovely. I'm going to change the way I do videos, I think. I'm finding, and if you're in the chat room or if you're watching this on the replay, leave a comment about this and tell me what you think. I've got to the stage where I'm watching YouTube videos and I've been watching YouTube videos and they all have started to become a bit homogenized. you get the same kind of thing all the time. I know the reason for it. They say the algorithm likes it when you do a video this way. And what basically they're talking about is that a video comes on and they'll start talking to you about, I don't know about you, but, or has this thing never happened to you? Do you know what I mean? I've done it myself hundreds and hundreds of times. But what I've found out and what I'm noticing is that when I watch videos now, they seem so predictable. And so I'm going to stop doing it. They call it the hook. They talk about on the channels the hook. Do the hook. You talk about the hook. You get people hooked in, and then you carry on talking about it. Well, I'm sick of all that. I'm sick of cookie cutter building of videos. And so I'm going to try and do it a little bit different to the ways in which I've done it before. I'm still going to cover the same subjects that I do. I'm still going to do these other videos that I talked about with music and DVDs and all that sort of stuff. I'm still going to do it. But the things that I talk about, I'm going to kind of try and be me. I was talking to Debs about this the other day, and I said that when I do it, it's like I'm doing it to a formula. And I don't think it's something that people will. It's very hard to explain. I don't think it's something that people get overly enthused about now, because it kind of feels to me, and I've done this too, which is, I'm ashamed to say, you know, when you look at a title and it's obviously a title to bait you in. Well, when they do that, you know, you think to yourself, oh God, it's going to be one of them again. One of them types of videos. And I think it's the same as what I'm feeling about some of the videos that I'm watching. And I know, because I look at the videos and think, oh, that's the same as what I'm doing. And I don't want to do that. And I talked about it with Debs the other day, and she said, why don't you just do what you want to do? And she's right. Why don't I just do what I want to do and talk about things in the way that I want to talk about them? And look at things from a different way. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of those things where I'm finding that I'm looking at so much and I'm bored by it. And if I'm bored by other people's videos because they're doing those things, then I'll be bored by watching mine. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to try and just change everything about this year. I've got nothing to lose because I haven't. People will either like it or they won't. And I'm going to try and just change how I do things and make it a bit more enjoyable for people who watch it. Right, let me just come over here and have a look over here. Yes, I ate all the AI crud. I'll tell you what, I've been noticing loads of that as well. I don't know about you, but you get all the adverts on here as well. Have you all seen that Tai Chi one that's coming out lately? And it's aimed at people of my age, obviously. And this guy is in his 70s, and he's well built, and he's got a nice build, and he's talking about Tai Chi and how it can help people of my age. And you can't tell it in the advert until you look really, really closely. And then when you look really closely, it says the actor is an AI character. It's done in a corner of the picture, so small so that you can't really see it. If you read it, you see that it's AI. And we're getting inundated with AI stuff. I'm very wary of AI, I have to say. I like the look of it, and I like the way it can make some of your workload easier. But I don't kind of think it's the answer. I think if you've got favourite people that you like to see, then you like to see that person. You like to see that person's, oh, what's the word? You know, the little unique pieces about that person. And when you see all this AI stuff, it's just all so perfect, isn't it? And I don't think there's loads of it on YouTube now. They tell me they're going to be getting rid of it, which is great, or they're going to try and stop a lot of it. But there is so much of it. It's so standard. It's so obvious if you look at it carefully. And it's not what I want to watch. And I'm pretty sure, I've taken a guess that you guys who watch this channel aren't interested in it either. I think if you're like me, I love to see people in their own environment, in their own way of doing things. Deb and OJ are a perfect example of this. If you watch their channel, as I do, and you can see the way that they both behave and the way that they go on, and they just make me chuckle. And that's great. That's what I like about their channel. But they do loads of different things. They're always working, these two. And I think I've said this before, but you guys should go and check out Coffee Walks and whatever, because it's a great little channel and they're always up to something. And I do particularly enjoy, they did it earlier in the year where they went out on a journey and filmed where they were going. That was really good. I enjoyed seeing the different places. And they did a thing last week or the week before, I can't remember what week it was now, where they had a parade through their town in the night time, snowing, and it was just so atmospheric. And OJ will walk around the village and Deb will do something. Do you know what I mean? It's a really good channel, well worth a watch. But what's great about it is you just know it ain't AI. You just know that it's going to be normal. Chris, yes, I've heard that about they're going to demonetize the slop, but it doesn't seem to be working. It doesn't. Let me just have a quick check in because I know I've had a little rant. It's Monday night rant. So let me just go back and see what you guys have been saying for a second. OJ or Deb, whoever it is of you two, is that you're getting over a head cold. That has to be good. Chris, good that you're getting your dad's estate sorted. A few people have had these head colds, haven't they? I know. I was talking to someone and they've been suffering with it. I know Deb, I told Deb to stick her head in a hot bowl of menthol crystals and put a towel over her head. Blows your eyes out, but it does you good in the end. Breen's all good. Yes, yes, yes. So many people hate the AI crud. That's right. Rain mixtape, authentic bait and hook. Well, I like being authentic. I think for the most part, I think I'm authentic. Although when you watch my video about last year, I even questioned myself about how authentic I was during a lot of the videos last year. So that'd be interesting to watch, and certainly it'll be interesting for me to put it together and explain what went on and why I felt the channel did what it did. I think that'd be an interesting one. No, your channel is definitely not predictable, Deb. Rain mixtape, yep, it is better to be creative. I enjoy doing the videos. I'm enjoying it more at the moment because I've got some ideas that I want to try out. I enjoyed doing the CDs thing. That will be something that I enjoyed, and I'll be doing more of with the records, obviously. The idea that I talked about last week, the top 10s, that will be coming along soon. And I've got a few more other ideas. One of the things, I don't know if my videos, they're all in this office. Live streams are always like this. My normal videos, I'm facing that way so that you see my books over the back. And I'm trying to make maybe another 2 setups in this room so that you've got a different thing to look at when I'm doing a video. I'm going to try and have a little change round and move some things about. I won't be able to do too much because this is like a little box room. It's tiny. It's not very big at all. My desk takes up most of the width of the office. And as you can see behind me, it's not that far back. So we're going to be trying to do some stuff with that as well. Idiosyncrasy, Dave. That was the word I was looking for, but I couldn't think of it. That's brilliant. I need a mirror board. I've got a lava lamp. I know I used to have the lava lamp. I packed it away the other day because I used to have the lava lamp over there, but I've had it for about 15 years and it doesn't seem to work as good as it used to. So I've put that up there out of the way. Hi, Dale. How are you? Good to see you. Where am I? I'm just trying to go backwards and forwards and check what you guys are talking about. It's quite busy in here tonight. You guys, thank you. Right. A map reading channel. That looks quite interesting, Dave. If you can put I'd like to have a look at that channel you're talking about. You can't, I don't think you can put links on here, but you could tell me the name of the channel and I'll go and have a look at it. Always interested to see something. I'll tell you what I did see tonight. Someone who's a viewer of the channel and he does his own thing as well. He's got his own channel. His name's Kevin Cross and he's put a new video out today and I watched it earlier. And he's talking about when he was a kid. And do you remember how the cereal packets used to have full of characters and things, and they used to give stuff away and all that sort of thing? Well, he's talking all about that it's on the Kevin Cross channel, and it's really, really good. I enjoyed that. I was watching that before. Let's have a look. They were all the rage, weren't they, Steve? I love my lava lamp, I have to be honest. But it just doesn't seem to work properly evermore. It sort of goes for a little while and then it's a bit like me. Lively for a while and then you collapse. The map reading company. Okay, I'll have a look at that. I'll check that out. Thanks for that. So, what else can I think about? So I feel like, I don't know about you, but I'm so glad Christmas Day it is. It seems like you're getting up, especially for me this time, because I couldn't see anything or do anything. Normal plan would have been to have made at least 2 or 3 videos in that gap. But I couldn't because there was nothing to do. There's nothing that I could have edited. The video that I did the other day, the DVD one. Dave, the stream started for you a minute ago. Funnily enough, watching it on here, it was doing the same for me as well. And I put that down to my internet here because I don't know if you can remember, I used to film it with my web cam and watch it from there, but it kept crashing because my internet is so bad. And I think that's probably why you're having problems with it this evening. And it's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? I hate it when that happens. But there is some good news on that front as well, which I've just thought about. My next door neighbour was supposedly having fibre fitted into his house today. But with it snowing and everything, it never really happened. So once I find out who's doing it for him, I'm going to be looking at getting some fibre put in here, and hopefully that will speed everything up. And also then I can start using a different program for the live streams, which will allow me to do more. So instead of seeing everything backwards, I can show you photos and things on here that will be the right way around. And I can do some different bits and pieces, hopefully. So I'm hoping that that's the situation and that we can get that done soon. And hopefully it's not too expensive either. Because I've spent a bit this week, and I've got to be honest. The channel is monetized. It took me 4 months to get any money. At last, they add it together. If you don't get enough to hit the level, they add the money together and it carries on until you hit that level when they pay you out. And my channel has done so bad. It took 4 months to hit the bonus level for last month. And so that will be coming sometime towards the end of this month, which will make a nice change because I haven't had any money out of this thing and I do tend to spend a lot on it. The other thing the other day, a typical thing, you know, over the back there, I've got a ring light. You've probably seen it in the videos. And the other day, it decided it's not going to work properly because it's got a little lead from it and one of those LED switch things. And I pressed the switch and it wouldn't work. So I had to fiddle about with the wire. The wire's come loose, basically. And so I wanted to pull it to pieces and just re-tighten the wire up. But you can't do that. You can't do it. So now I'm bodging it. So I got a feeling that very soon I need to buy some new lights as well. Right, Steve, what are you saying here? How about a mention? I didn't know that. Randall and Hopkirk deceased. I used to love that when it was a kid. I know it's still coming. It comes on a channel now. I'm not sure which one it is. But in the UK, there's a couple of channels. I don't know whether it's the review channel or something else. I don't know which one it is, but hopefully I'll remember it. And I used to watch it, but I didn't know that Mike Pratt, who was Randall, his brother, played bass for Pink Floyd. How about that? That's good. Thank you, Dale. That's very kind of you. Appreciate that. And the same to you. I hope your channel is doing well. Yeah, everybody's finding it slow going, I think, Deb. I watched The Professor of Rock, who I think is brilliant. I love music, and the Professor of Rock is great. And he was moaning the other day about the work that he puts in and for the amount of viewers that he gets. And I would love to be at his level. But it's the same again, isn't it? It doesn't matter what level you get at. If you have a drop, it feels the same. It feels exactly the same. If your channel drops away, he's got, I don't know if it's 1 million, something stupidly large. And that's a great channel if you've not watched it. He covers so much stuff on there and it's brilliant. I love the Professor of Rock. But he's having the same problems. It's the same problem at just a different level. And I've heard a lot of people at those different levels higher complaining that their channels aren't doing so well. So I think it's across the board. I think it's probably because we're getting so much of the AI rubbish on YouTube now, and people are seeing more ads for that. And so people it's got thinner out there. There's just so much more for people to look at. Armchair Theatre. Wow, I can remember that. I remember Armchair Theatre when I was a kid. My mum and dad used to watch that. It used to come on about 9 o'clock and it was on for like an hour, wasn't it? Different play every week. Was it Abigail's Party? That was one of them, wasn't it? I think probably channels do have a shelf life, Dale, and I think sometimes it's a good thing, to change every now and again. I think so. I'm going to change the way I do things and sort of give it a lift, I suppose. Try and do something a little bit differently. When I get fit again, I'll get out of this office. That will be good, and then I can go out. I used to enjoy doing the videos when I was out walking about. But as I said, at the moment, that's not something that's going to be happening anytime soon. So we'll have to do that as and when. There is another channel called Forgotten British Television. I don't know that channel. Is that on the internet? On Tinternet? Or is that a channel on like Fire Stick or something? I haven't heard that one. But I'll have a look at that. That'd be good. So we're 41 minutes in. Q&As. Anyone got any questions they'd like to ask? You can ask me anything. And I'll try and answer it. It might be badly answered, I don't know. But it's fun to do because I don't know what's coming. Oh, it's on YouTube. Oh, good. I'll have a look at that. So, yeah, I'm just trying to think what else I've got going on. Nothing much, of the truth be known. I watched a film yesterday called Life is Beautiful. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's an Italian film. And it was about during the war, about a dad and his son and his wife. It was a bit different from a lot of the films that I watched, but I really enjoyed it. It was kind of uplifting, even though there was a sad bit just towards the end of it. It was quite an uplifting film. It did. Life is Beautiful won three Oscars. It was for Best Foreign Movie, Best Foreign Actor, and the music, I think, won the other one. It was a good film. It was one of those films that I talked about in that video about DVDs the other day that someone gave me. Great little film. Enjoyed it immensely. I liked it. I'd like to watch more. I don't seem to have the time to watch as many DVDs as I'd like. And especially, it's really odd. You know, like when you get... I had 50-odd DVDs, I think it was, I put in that video the other day. And it's getting the time to watch them all. The thing is, I got rid of a load of them because I knew that I wouldn't watch them. And then it's finding the time to do it. I'm going to be talking about DVDs a bit more this year as well. Talking about films that I like. I've had a few suggestions for videos. I've got a little book over here that I keep a listing of all, as you can see, I've only done 2 of them so far, but there's a list of different things that people on the channel have suggested, different things that, as I've been watching videos, that a name of a video has made me think, oh, I could do a video about that. I haven't watched the video, but I could do something about that. So I'm coming up with some decent ideas for the course of this year. I'm at this moment in time, I used to do a video every 3 days. That's kind of gone downhill a bit. The live stream, obviously, is a Monday night thing. I did a poll in the community tab the other day talking about when would you like to see me put videos up? And I gave you some choices. And at the moment, the one that seems most voted for is a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday afternoon. So I may be looking to try and post videos on those days. I know that weekend videos for me do pretty poorly. If I put a video up on the weekend, no one watches it. And it's probably because they've got better things to do. And I understand that. So I'm going to be trying to get out any videos that I can in the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday bit to add to the live stream that goes out on a Monday. I've been watching other live streams today, just trying to check out other things that I could do to make it a more enjoyable feature, if you like. A lot of the live streams focus on teaching stuff, on education, or covering the things that I talk about in my life lessons bit. Do you know what I mean? And they talk, and they cover all of that stuff. But I think that I like our live stream as a chance for the community to get together once a week and just have a chat, and you can tell me what you're up to. I'll tell you what I'm up to, and just get to know everybody a bit more. I do like this, and I enjoy the fact that I don't know. I do have a little thing like this I do before each thing. But the problem is I put these little bullet points and I write these things down that I'm going to do. And do you know the problem? I go through all of them in about 15 minutes. And then I'm like thinking, what am I going to talk about for the rest of it? Luckily for me, though, you guys over here in my chat room generally have something to say that sends me off on another route so we can have a chat about them. He's not here this evening, Jonathan Palmer, but he's asked me if I'll be talking about my books this year, because obviously these books play a big part in my life. And I'm going to sort of change them all around on here and put my favourite books on the top. And then I might use some of them to chat about some of the things that I've talked about in videos, but give you an idea of where I got some of my thinking from. It might be an interesting thing that you guys like. It might be something that you guys go, oh, James, don't give me this rubbish again. But we'll build and we'll do and we'll talk about different things through the course of this year that I hope you're going to enjoy. I hope it's going to widen the channel a bit, because I think if I just talk about the same thing week after week after week after week, it all gets very dull and very boring. And there are so many things, you know, that I kind of would like to talk about. And I think if you've got a community of people around who are like-minded, you can get away with talking about that. If I wanted to build a superstar channel that's going to get 90 million subscribers, then I'd have to go about it a different way. But that isn't on my agenda, and it never was. So I think it would be great for me to be able to just chat about different things as we go along. Tonette, how are you? Happy 2026 to you as well. You're waiting for a washing machine repair, man. Yesterday, it was my cousin's wife's birthday, and I saw a post that she put on Facebook. My wife showed me this post, and she'd put on there, Henry wished me happy birthday this morning and said, but I can't have my present yet because it will take two of them to lift it. She said, I hope it's not a damn blooming dishwasher. She went, or if it is, he'll find the same result he got when he bought me the knife set for Christmas. I don't understand that, you know. I always like, presents should be for the person. I don't think presents should be for things that work with. No, I've never. My wife bought me a drill many years ago. My first wife bought me a drill many years ago, and I went, "What do I want that for?" And she said, "Well, I thought a drill would be useful." I said, "I don't want a drill. What I always want is an owl. But if I wanted an owl, I'd go and buy a drill. I don't want it as a present. You've just given me more work." And I think presents should be for the person. It should be something for you in particular. Am I going on a rant again? Let's see what's being said here. Tane, you've just said something that's quite interesting, you know. You've said you had to drop a lot of nice people because they put out 4 to 12 videos a week. Now, I've thought about that, and back earlier last year, I did a 30-day challenge where I put a video out every day for 30 days. And at the beginning of it, I was getting really good results. People were watching it and everything. And I noticed that as it got towards the end, viewers used to drop. I think you can do too many videos. There's no doubt about that. However, in saying that, there's one lady that I've kind of followed on and off. I'm not subscribed to her, but I do keep an eye on what she's doing. And she started not long after me on this, but she's got about 90,000 subscribers, maybe even 100. I'm not quite sure now. But she puts out a video every day. Every morning she puts out a video talking about some subject or other. And she gets really good views all the time. And for her, it's worked really well. So I think it's a funny thing when you do a lot of videos, I think you can overdo it. You can get people sickened of you. I know that someone said to me when I was doing the 30-day challenge, she used to watch the channel all the time, and she went, I'm unsubscribing, James. I can't keep watching you. I haven't got the time in the day to watch all your videos. Fair enough. So I think, Dale, you've got it right. Sometimes less is more. And I like I said, I used to do one every 3. I'm gonna try and do 2, really. I think the live stream being one and one other video. However, there are going to be times where something happens in the day and I will record a video about it. And I'll tell you why I'm going to do it, because sometimes something happens and it starts the cogs going. And I come up with this idea, and it's a good video. I know it'll be a good video, and I think that it'll be worth doing. But I don't do it for about 4 days. And then when I get round to it, the initial buzz of what I wanted to talk about has gone. And so I still do the video, but it's not the same video it would have been if I'd have done it on the day. And so what I'm thinking of doing is, if I have things that come into my head, weird, wonderful, and wacky, and I feel that it would be a good video, there's a good chance I'll record it that day. I've done it a couple of times, and I always think that when my best work comes when I do it, when I think about it, when it very first infiltrates the bonds, you know what I mean? And then that's the best time for me to do it. So there will be times when I do more than 2 a week, but it'll be few and far between. I think I like the idea of doing a video every day. I honestly do. I like the thought that I can upload something that's of consequence on a regular basis. But yeah, what you said, Tanner, is right about you can sicken people off, and that's something that I've always going to think about. Chris Pomfret, quality over quantity. Where do I come in that one then? Because I don't think it's quality. I'm not sure about quantity. I'm kind of middle ground there. This has been fun again tonight. I love the Monday nights, I know if I wanted to be more professional and have something come in here with some subject that I could talk about, some core subject that I'd talk about on a Monday, and it would come over and it would be good, but it wouldn't be half the fun that just chatting with you guys is when I do this. It's notice how often I say when I'm trying to think of what I want to say. Sometimes my brain goes a bit wild and doesn't actually get what I want to say out. So Deb, OJ, I know what you mean, not sure about the quantity, but we're real. And that's all that you really, I think most people want. I used to do shorts. I say I used to. I did shorts. I did 7 shorts. I didn't enjoy doing them. I don't watch shorts. They're just not enough for me. I like a long stream, a long video, and that's the way I do things. So I'm not ever doing any more shorts. I've actually unpublished. Is that the word? Unpublished all of my shorts, so they're no longer visible, because I don't think they're that good anyway. And no, they don't work for me. Tanner, I know what you're saying about it being a matter of time, but I was just saying, in the situation of me, I got a feeling I could sicken you off if I went on enough. And the reason I know this is because there are times when Debs goes to me, "Oh, just go away, go upstairs, find something to do." I'm just trying to just check whatever. It's funny. I do watch a lot of YouTube. I have moments when I will watch a lot of one thing, and then I'll change and go off for another channel. I'll have days when I look at loads of music videos from different people, like Professor of Rock, as I said before, and I'll watch them because I love that. I love the information that they got and the things that they talk about. And then I'll have a day when I want to watch something completely different, like Kevin Cross, who I was talking about earlier. He does a lot of cartoon drawing, and it's very nostalgic videos, and I think they're really great, and he's a very, very talented artist, and so I watch a lot of his. I watch a lot of sign writing videos, which will probably be of no interest to 90% of the people who watch this channel, but as someone who's done sign writing for a living, that's something that I'm really interested in, and it's really odd watching someone else paint. I find very soothing. So I can watch a load of those as well. Hi James, I'm sorry I didn't see you there. You've got here too late, if the facts don't, because I'll be gone soon. But it's good to have you in the room anyway. Great thing about YouTube is the sheer amount of old TV series. The Internet Archive is a great place to look for old TV series. I don't know, someone told me about it a while back, and I remember going over there and looking at it, and I've got my own little list of TV series on there that I've been watching a bit at a time. Do you remember Alias Smith and Jones? Well, that's on the Internet Archive, and I've been watching that from the beginning. That's a great series. I loved all that. I've been watching The Good Life from the mid-70s, which was a very fun little comedy program. I finished that last night, so we've got another different series to watch. We've been watching The Darling Buds of May. Oh, I call it Sunday night TV. I don't know if it's how it sits for me. It's that kind of homely comedy drama kind of stuff that's not too, doesn't take too much out of your brain. You can just watch it and just chill out to it. I find those sorts of things really good. Do you know what, James? I don't get a newspaper. I've talked about this before. Grab a local newspaper and call the segment. I like that idea. However, I find, and I've talked about this loads of times on the channel, I don't do newspapers. I've stopped buying newspapers. I haven't bought a newspaper in years. I don't watch. I've come away from 99% of the social media because it's all so negative. People are so negative all the time. And so I'm kind in. Yes, Dale, that's the one written by H.G. Bates. Correct. It's the original one with David Jason, the girl that married Michael Douglas, Catherine Zeta-Jones, that's it. I can't. Yeah, I can't do that, James. As much as it sounds a good idea, that's now you're Dave. You're talking about Smith and Jones, which was Mel Smith and Griff Rhys-Jones. This is a different program altogether. This is Ben Murphy and Pete Doyle, and it's a cowboy thing, and they're train robbers basically, and they want to give it up, and they've been told that they'll be free men if they can stay out of trouble for a year, and it follows their daily episodes that go on in their life. It's really quite a good thing. Nerdy Scuba Diver, hello, just popping in on your lunch break. Happy New Year to you as well. Good to have you here, even if it's for a short time. I appreciate it all. Let me see who else has got one. YouTube has a lot of movies. I can get Pluto. I know what that is, but I don't really like. I don't like streaming. That's the truth of the matter. Although I've been watching a bit on the In and Out archive, I don't particularly like streaming. I really enjoy these things. I like having box sets around me. I've still got loads of box sets I'm watching. I've still got Frasier that I've still got pretty much all of it to do. Father Ted I've got on DVD. I've got Land of the Giants. I've got Man in a Suitcase. I'm still watching. I think I'm in about the third or fourth series of Miami Vice. I've been watching Quantum Leap. I've still got loads and loads of stuff that, blimey, Dave Rhodes has just put on here that the Sunday Times is nearly a fiver. A fiver for a paper. Blimey. Yeah, I agree with you totally, Dave. So, yeah, I don't watch a ton of streaming. The only streaming channel I actually still have is Prime, and that's because I use Amazon for the shopping and stuff, because it's a pain to get most of the stuff from where I am now without running into a town, and the town's really expensive, so we use Amazon a lot, and Prime came with that. So I'll watch the occasional thing on Prime, but I don't use that much. Mostly I buy my own TV series and watch them on DVD or Blu-ray. All right, where am I now? Cheers, Steve. I'll speak to you very soon. I hope you're well. Do all right and enjoy the quiz tonight. Right, and that's pretty much it for this evening. Dell, who are we talking about? She left and they decided to pull the plug on the show. Is that the Darling Buds of May you're talking about? Perfect. Right, and that's it. We've gone over the hour that we normally do. I haven't got anything really new else to tell you for this evening, but what I can say is thank you very much for being here. It's been fun again for me. I hope it's the same for you. We'll be back next week. Tomorrow, I'm going to be fitting these into my PC. Oh, I do hope it's that. And we can get back to doing some proper videos again, because I've missed that this last blooming month. It's been really awkward to do any videos. So that's it from me. Thank you all for coming. Look forward to seeing you all again next week. Don't forget, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, please do so. It's another way of keeping in touch, and I hope to use that much more this year coming. Thank you, everybody. I will see you next time. Over and out.